honestly couldn't pick a better day than to share something this special than on my mother's birthday. Happy birthday, Mommy.
Hey, family. Okay, so first and foremost, I got some exciting news to tell y'all. I mean, not only am I preparing for my mom's birthday, so for those of you who do not know, my late mother passed away in 2017, and today would have been her 67th birthday. So it's only right, that I make sure that her altar is full of all the goodies that she loved, and just things that speak Vanita, okay? But I wanted to share with y'all a quick little story regarding when she was still here on earth. And I actually have a pretty dope announcement to make, okay? So stay tuned for that dope announcement, okay? Alright, so, but I'm gonna tell y'all a little sassy story about how she did me when she was in the hospice unit, when she was expecting for me to tell her that I was expecting. So let me tell you, right? So I remember, now this is back in July of 2017. This is right before my mother passed away. This was actually right before she no longer could communicate with us, okay? Still sassy as ever to the very end. So I happened to go home the night before to finally get some rest, okay? All of my family was at the hospice unit, so I was able to go and get a good night's rest. So when I came in the next AM, I cannot remember, y'all, for the life of me, what it is that I wanted to say to this lady, okay? But I remember coming in and I was just like, oh my gosh, Ma. And I had bags in my hand. I think I went like shopping for her for a few things. And I came in, I put the bags on the counter, and I'm like unloading the bags, and I'm like, Ma, guess what? I got something to tell you, girl. And she instantly was like, what? You pregnant? And I just was like, no, why did you go right to that? Like, out of all the things, you literally could have assumed so many things, but you go right. Child, she looked at me and she just was like, girl, and gave me the roll of the eye of the century. Do you hear me? She was so annoyed because I wasn't telling her that I was pregnant, because I wasn't. Child, listen. And she had this look. My mother could give you this stare. It was like a look, like if looks could kill, but like it was something about my mother's stare that just, I don't know. For those of you that don't want Mama, check in the comments, because I know if you know Vanita, you know this stare that I'm talking about. You know this Vanita look that I'm talking about, okay? It was just the look that gave you chills. And he was like, you ain't gonna mess with her. I ain't gonna even, you know what? You can have that one. And that's what she did after she rolled her eyes. Like, she was just so at the time, my mother was in hospice. So I'm not thinking to like keep my appearance up. That's the last thing on my mind. Yo, I had 2 braids in my head, just kind of going around like a little halo, right? And so after she gave me the roll of the eye century, she proceeded to tell me that I needed to go and you should go and do something to your hair, by the way. I was like, you know what? Listen. And I forget who was in the room with us, but it was some family members in the room with us, and they just thought it was the funniest thing, okay? The funniest. And I just was like, you know what? Girl, let me go on and entertain my family up in here, out there, because you just, okay? But so, I'm not going to drag this out super long. I do want to go over a couple things, though, before I say what I need to say. We'll get there. But before my mother got sick, literally months before she got sick, I found out that I was pregnant, okay? So this is where this expectation came from, or hopes came from. Before she got sick, I was pregnant. I was very early, probably like 8 weeks. I wasn't that far along, but my mother was really excited, okay? Her baby girl, and she was ready for me to have some kids, okay? So my mom went out and she bought a couple things, okay? Now, I'm going to show you the couple items because, of course, I still have them. Duh. See, Teanna, I keep everything. So, I want to show you this. So, this is one of the items that she went and purchased, right? Ugh. You see that? You see this little chair? The little bouncer seat thingy majig? Look at that. So, I kept that box never opened, okay? That's dusty. It's been in storage, okay? And then, y'all, look at these. She bought onesies. And do you see what's on there? Y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Look, y'all. And I kept these, and my brother just helped me clean out my storage so that I could come to a closer storage for where I currently live. And we came across all this stuff, and I thought that was just so cool that she bought these things, and she manifested that I would be having a boy. My mommy manifested that I would be having a boy. Look at that. Now look at this. Mommy, you got your wish, girl. Your baby's having a baby. So that is my surprise. I told you I wasn't going to hold it out too long, but look at that. Isn't that so cool that I have onesies that my baby can wear that is from his grandmother? OMG, okay? So, I said I'm gonna cry. We're gonna get through this video. We're gonna get through this. Yeah, so here it is 8 years later, when she was expecting me to tell her that I was pregnant. I was not, but I am today. And after 3 miscarriages and 1 ectopic pregnancy, this is the furthest I've ever been. My baby is moving and grooving as I speak right now, okay? He is resilient. He has shown up and shown out. And it is finally safe for me to share it with the world and scream it to the mountains that Teanna is having a baby boy. I'm so excited. I am so grateful. I'm actually about to go and get my mother's altar together. I have some really sweet things to put on there for her. Literally sweet things, because my mother, to know her, she had a sweet tooth. I'm going to do a video of the things that I put on her altar, especially for moments like this. So before I start crying, because I'm starting to get emotional, I am going to leave you with this. To know my mother was to know that she was a beautiful soul, inside and out. She was sassy, she was classy, she was funny, she was sweet, she was loving. Love is probably her biggest, oh goodness, love was a huge part of her. My mother loved her family, she loved her friends, she loved her children, and she was definitely one of a kind when it came to love and just being there for people. I've seen my mother show up for strangers that she didn't know. She took her coat off her back to give to someone. And I'm just grateful that I have so many of her characteristics inside of me. I am literally my mother's daughter, and I am so grateful for that, because she was just something special. But yeah, 67. She would have been 67, and our bond is probably much closer than it was when she was here. I mean, we were inseparable when she was here, but now that she's in the spirit life, I'm grateful to even have this connection and know how to have the connection with her and my father over in the afterlife. So I'm grateful that they get to have my baby spirit, you know. But if you don't know, when a baby is being created in the womb, they are semi here and semi there. So I have been praying all the time that they are able to spend as much time with him as possible, because I need my baby to know and feel the love that my parents provided to me. So, okay, that's a secret. Your girl's having a baby. Let me stand up for y'all. Let me stand up for y'all. Woo! So, that's that on that. And your girl got to go, okay? I got to go. I'm tired. I'm ready to eat.